How's it going, y'all? It's Jeff, and we are back with Egg Goat, or Goat Head, one could say, and we are just, continuing to, chug along through the final saga, which you can really makes it apparent as we continue on with these crazy, alliances. I mean, I guess the Luffy, Zoro, Kaku, and Lucci isn't, an alliance, it's more of just, convenience, but it's really kind of interesting because they really, both respectively pair up well, you know? I feel like they all complement each other in a sense. Maybe they're just really good foils, and it's hard to see that when they're straight up enemies, in Enies Lobby. But here it's a lot more apparent. And besides that, we got Shanks, and we finally get the first view of Elbath, which is this magical paradise, it seems like. And Shanks is wannabe's Luffy figure, the pink-haired boy, just all these unusual pairings and crossings. You know, Blackbeard and Kobe, Shanks, Dory, and Broggy, and then Shanks and Kid, who I guess if they go at it won't last very long because Shanks is just him and is giving Kid this ultimatum, which is just so funny to me. But yeah, we're just Egghead keeps getting crazier and crazier to just blow in my mind. So yeah, let's just keep going with it. Okay, so it looks like this is the actual fight episode. Really see how compatible they are. Good thing Luffy's lab coat stretches. Twitter got me locked onto these sound effects now too. I don't know. Pew 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 pew. I think they're charming. It's the same attack. You know, would it have been too, derivative? Not derivative, but too, boring, I guess, to have Kaku pair up with Sanji? Who got that better leg? Ooh. Death Lion song. That's a new one. Okay. It's too early to give an ooh the animation, but it's looking good. Ooh, the boys are tired. I feel like this is not the last we've seen of them. That emerald blood is still pumping. Guess it kind of makes sense they're the strongest forms of humanity if they're 3 humans in 1. Just an enemy that Luffy's just straight up frustrated with. I was gonna say, he didn't even get lippy with Kaido. Ooh. I love. Thank you, Toei, for spelling it out for us. Oh. Man, Vegapunk really just out here collecting species. Okay, so Lunarians are literally just built different. And that's why the Seraphims are so strong? Okay. So if the flames go out, they die. Ish. The Seraphims are like Charmander. I'm not gonna lie, Dr. Vegapunk, he seems like a pretty chill, guy and all that, but it's a little bit eugenics-y, just taking apart different pieces of genetics to make the ultimate being and a flawless type of creature, the ultimate human. There are some people throughout history who would have agreed with him. Zoro blames himself. I feel like, that's just a dig at the audience, because I definitely did not pick up on that. Okay. I guess I was wrong to be suspicious of Vegapunk Good. He just remains so collected. It's just, he just looks like such a boss, just gliding across the floor. He's gonna be ahead of them, isn't he? How is he doing that even? Like... Oh my gosh. This straight up assassination. Dang. They're making the Straw Hats look bad. Like, the fact the crew is struggling so much, and I'm sure these guys are not like the... Well, obviously they're not the main antagonists of this arc. I'm like... That's such crazy growth. We'd love to see that, because Nami used to be, like, she used to have a prejudice, you know, like, Zoro and his dark skin, Nami and her fish gills, like, you know, no one's perfect. But now she doesn't want to hurt this fish guy. Zeus is flaccid. Wonder when this, like, Nami has such maternal instincts thing started. Look, it's definitely a post-time skip thing. But the trade-off was we get her with this staff. There's nothing cooler than Nami with an Emperor's weapon. Nami, she can't even bear to witness what's her own actions. Whoa. Whoa. I'm so entranced by that. Girl, Nami, you cannot make it like this. Whoa, I mean, maybe she can. That was slick. Oh my gosh. So is he just like... Is it like Gear 5 a little bit? Because, woo! Because Luffy can change like the property of different substances now, and the Seraphims, like, it seems like they're doing that too. Is it... Oh, Zeus. Cut away. Death penalty? People always want to choke Nami out. Capital punishment for S-Shark. It's too bad Nami had to go against the child, because that was not a good display. Like, if anyone was coming into the series for on the 11,000th, 110th episode, that would not be a good impression of Nami's battle IQ. Sanji's like, hitting women? Nuh-uh. Hitting children? Ooh. The most emotion we seen them show. Man, Sanji's evil, bro. I feel like S-Snake and S-Hawk are definitely the favorites of Toei. Oh, what was that face? Whoa. It worked? Oh, I get that sea prism stone, or yeah, something like that. Okay. Well, Lilith is like the trump card right there. She needs to start making her rounds. She's so spunky. Oh, she is Hancock for sure. She is Hancock for sure. You know, it seems like in the opening, I just noticed there was like a literal, actual like hand, like grooming Hancock, and so I'm like, is that the evil hand that's creeping up the lab? Is it a literal hand? Don't be rude. Pretty sure S-Hawk herself has said that. What is that noise? Okay. You just don't move. Like this episode, like the last one had like in the beginning there's like 3 minutes of like glory, and this one is like just consistently animated really good. Oh. Talk about low battle IQ. I would have folded too, though. S-Hawk is the only one that's like intimidating and adorable. Or a snake. Uh-oh. Well, rip. That was it. That sealed it. Ugh. Why is only half of Frankie frozen? Like 70%. Man, it's really happening. They're really dropping like flies. Oh, wow, he was right. Took like 6 months or whatever from them to find this place, but they finally did. The action and the plot. This is a good one. We eating good, folks. Oh. Whose footsteps were those? His? Those weren't his footsteps. What is the body count this episode, bro? Of course that happens too right after Shaka asks who's responsible for this. The world may never know. Oh, that's a lot of blood. He gets shot in the head? Please tell me that helmet did something. We're not gonna. I knew it! Oh. This episode, okay, so for one, it has been a while. I feel like since an episode has moved, I feel like this quickly. How many bodies dropped? We had like 4 bodies drop. We had Lilith and potentially Nami, which Nami's is an interesting one because we didn't actually see what happened to her. I don't know if it was just for suspense build-up, because we actually did see Usopp and Lilith, you know, go. We saw Frankie get like 70% petrified. You know, we saw Shaka get bodied. I feel like that is so uncanny where there's just so many like bodies dropping in one episode, like. And that just like sends the plot in a whole nother direction, honestly, if all the Straw Hats are falling, or, you know, if a bunch of them are falling. And so it seems like that just really even more so ups the stakes of what these Seraphims are, you know, the strongest forms of humanity, which is, I gotta say, I underestimated them because I did not expect it to be a push like this. Speaking of Vegapunk, it seems like we are going to finally, you know, either next episode or the one after that, figure out who is behind all the shenanigans. It's just insane because I feel like that has been arguably like the biggest mystery so far this arc. So I'm very, very pumped for that. I genuinely don't have any guesses because if it turns out to be someone that we are already like have met and are familiar with, that is just going to blow my mind because I literally cannot figure it out. So yeah, okay, I guess until next week.